Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. I'm probably going to have people disagreeing with me. I'm probably going to have people disagreeing with me and then people saying that this could have probably been the best episode I recorded in a long time. But no, like one thing that I see a lot on social media, and I'm just only doing this so it can eliminate any awkwardness or, me like pushing into a relationship and stuff. But no, I honestly think that people, you guys, now I'm not gonna say all, I'm gonna say some because there's people where they make sure it's in their cover photo for social media, their profile picture, their TikToks, their Instagram posts, their tweets, their Facebook posts. If MySpace was still a thing, that if my yearbook was still a thing, that I'm telling you, you wouldn't know when a person is in a relationship. But there are people out there where they won't tell nobody, and then just out, and it could be a situation where they're just saying that because they're not interested. And I'm like, if that's the case, I'm like, no, you need to be honest, be blunt, tell that person you're not interested in them. But when I see, like, the thing is this, when I try to go talk to a girl, right? And I message her on social media, and she's like, all being short answer. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm a good guy. Like, and there's that overthinking and all that other extra stuff. And I'm not trying to, really deal with that. Then just out of nowhere, she drops it on me that she's in a relationship. And I'm like, wow. Oh, okay. And not like to me directly, but like she'll just make a post about it or something. And then you're like, well, dang, And the funny thing is that when I see people make tweets or posts, whatever, and they're all like I'll see it. Well, more so, well, I mean, it could be anybody, but I think that no, the last time I did see it, it was a content creator. And I guess, yeah, she posted that. I didn't know who this content creator was. But anyways, she posted how she was in a relationship and she lost a lot of followers. And the thing is this, if people haven't realized it by now, and it's something that I think a lot of us do. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I have tried to get with a content creator that I met, but that, I don't know. Like, I don't think it's bad. I personally don't think it's bad, but at the same time, like, you shouldn't go on Twitch like treating it like Tinder or something. Like, you're automatically like be friends with the person, be cool with the person, of course, build a bond with them and then see where it goes. And if it doesn't go anywhere, then it's like, fam, like you're going into Twitch with the wrong intentions, or YouTube, TikTok, wherever. It's like, if I think, well, obviously, if it's like a mutual thing where it's like she likes you, you like her, or he likes you and you like him, whatever the situation is, then it can work out. But if it's like you going on there and that's like, oh, well, that's the only reason why I go on Twitch. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I've heard it happen, but I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen for everybody, so. But no, like, that's the thing though, where you gotta understand that. And I guess it's like that with anybody. I'm pretty sure there's women out there that have done that stuff too, where it's like, if there's a guy that they're interested in, and then he posts that he's all like, oh, going out to eat with Bae today, whatever and stuff. And yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some women out there that's done unfollowed some guys because they ain't seen he was in a relationship. And it's something where it's like, it's everybody. That's how everybody is. And I'm like, you put yourself in that situation. What are you gonna do? And have I done that? Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, no, I know people gonna probably think of me differently and they're gonna look at me differently, but I'm like, fam, the thing is this, I would rather do that than to try to be on some like love story type stuff where it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna still try to get with her anyways. And it just really depends like on who it is. Like, if it's somebody that I actually know, that I'm just not gonna really talk with them as much. But if it's somebody that I don't really know like that, then I'm like, yeah, it's, it's whatever. But I don't think it's more so, I'm trying to think, when was the last time? Cause well, no, I have, but it's been like with like models, like that has like 100 and something thousand followers on social media and stuff. So it's like, it's stuff like that. But it's like usually, like when it comes to content creating or people that I like, that I went to school with and work, whatever and stuff. But well, why did I say work? Like no work, because it's never been no situation at work where that's somewhere I'm like, nah, not at the cafe that I worked at. It was like I remember that was a bit of advice that Jack, he was telling me, where he was telling me a story about like a relationship he got in, where he was in a relationship with a girl that he worked with, and it was like he said it was some crazy. I'm telling you, like Jack, he's one of those guys where it's like he needs a podcast of his own, because I'm like that man got stories. All right, like he's somebody definitely in the future where it's like I gotta have him on the other podcast, TMossBoss and Friends, and we just gotta sit there and just tell stories, because man, does he have some stories. But anyways, but no, like, well, all right, so I think I'm gonna just like try to lay out like every scenario possible when it comes to work, content creating, somebody that you just met on the street, where else, school, all that stuff. So the thing is, like, I'm trying to think, like, oh no, I remember it's actually when I was in school, and yeah, no, the girl that I had liked, it was actually, it was the same girl that had said she wouldn't be with me because I'm black. But no, like, yeah, I seen that she was in a relationship, and I wasn't as talkative, but it just, man, like, that's something where I don't get, like, why you have feelings for this person, and that's all that's going to be running through your mind, right? That's the only thing that's going to be running through your mind, that you want to be with this person, but you're sitting there looking them in the face while they're all hugged up and whatever with the person that's not you. That's not me. That's not who. And I'm like, fam, that is hurtful. I can't do stuff like that. I can't sit there and look in a person's face while it's like, fam, I want that to be me. And that's somewhere it's like, look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be rude. I just think that's everybody in this world. Like, you are in love with somebody, right? Like, you put yourself in that situation. You are in love with somebody, but they're in a relationship with somebody else, and then you're sitting there watching them, whether it's school, work, content creating, whatever the situation is. Like, you ain't gonna be with that. You're not gonna be with that at all. So it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like people just need to understand, it's like how a person feels. If they feel hurt, then yeah, I can see why they would do some unfollowing stuff. If there's at times people, they probably do it just to be petty or whatever, but no, there's just, there's at times where it's like the person's like, I don't want to see that, it's like, it's somewhere, it's just, it kind of like, I think it just really, it just, if they've experienced that a lot, I can see why they would unfollow a person, because I'm like, yeah, it's, you experience rejection a lot and things, yeah, it can be messed up and stuff, so yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I wouldn't get mad. So I guess, like, if it's me, right, and I just posted I was in a relationship and I noticed that my following was going down, I wouldn't be mad at those individuals. I wouldn't be mad at them, because I'm like, well, I mean, if they're hurt, then I'm like, I'm sorry that that you feel that way and things. I do hope that you find somebody. I guess with me, I'm just, I am nice, and I try to help out people, and I try to, like, I would help them, like, find a relationship. That's what I need to do. I need to come out with a dating show, bro. I need to do that. I need to start working on, like, TV shows, YouTube channels, and all that other stuff. Bro, I should just do a dating show on one of my YouTube channels, or just create another YouTube channel and just have it where it's like the TMossBoss dating show or whatever. I don't know, but anyways, but no, like, if I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be all like, oh yeah, like, call them out on it and stuff. I mean, like, no, they're hurt. They have feelings for me, and then they see that I'm in a relationship. I'm like, I've been in their shoes before, so I get how you feel. I understand how you feel, but. And even with me, I'm like, because no, the one thing, like, if it's like I said, if it's with somebody that you don't really know like that, but, and I guess, and it's weird because it's like you try to get to know, I guess, like, if there's like history, but behind you two, then it'd probably be it. Well, I don't know. There's people out there, they will cut a person off, no problem. And with me, it's like, I do cut people off, but at the same time, I guess, like, I don't, like, I'll close a door on a person, but I won't lock it. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, they can, walk through that door any given time they want to, but I just don't want to have them in like my region, my area and stuff. So there's I've like semi blocked the person where it's like, I won't look at their posts, stories, none of that stuff, because like social media, you can mute some people, like that's something that I was like, I actually think that's a cool feature. You can like mute a person's story and mute when they post, so you just won't see that. And the last girl that I had like strong feelings for, I did that for a moment. It was when it was still kind of fresh and new and out there and things. I was like, I didn't want to see that. I still to this day don't want to see that, but it's like, it's not like how it was back then where it's like I have like, this sudden urge of crying, sudden urge of anger, and it's like I just want to go to one of those like rage rooms and just destroy everything. I want to like not even just go to the rage room and destroy the whole building, not just the room, I mean the whole building, bruh. And yeah, it's just it's one of those things where it's like, no, that's like you genuinely are hurt. And that's what it's like when the person, I actually wanted to do a podcast episode where I talked on that, and I guess I'll just blend it in for this, but I probably will just I'll probably have it where it's its own separate episode, because I do want to talk on that. But no, like if you don't have history with the person, it's not gonna really matter as much. But if you have history with that person, yeah, it's gonna hurt. So that's why it's like, if it's at the end of the day, it's up to that person. They're in control of their social media platforms on who they want to follow and who they want to unfollow and stuff. They're in control of that. And I think, there should be people out there. You shouldn't call them out. You shouldn't be mad at them. If you see that they unfollowed you, if you're following them, unfollow them back. If you wasn't never following them, fam, there should be no reason why you should be tripping over it. But that's just life. That's just people. People, when they see that they're not getting something their way, and yeah, to place it in those words, it's like when they see that they're not getting something their way, they don't want to be involved. They don't want no involvement whatsoever. So they just leave, abandon ship, and go on. But yeah, like I said, like if that was me, where it's like I seen that I was losing my following, I'm like, like I said, girls, or but not even girls, everybody gonna get hurt by that type of stuff. You see somebody that you want to be with and they're with somebody else, and yeah, that's gonna be a little bit hurtful, whether it's somebody that is far out your league or somebody that that you had a percentage, you had a possibility, you had a chance of getting with them. And yeah, when you see they're in a relationship, you don't want to see that, and it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you see it a lot. And I'm like, with me, I've seen it a lot where it's like there's, girls where I'm talking to, and I'm like, maybe something could work out between the both of us and things. Like, nah, like I genuinely want to like work on like something, but it's like, cause I don't know, like I think that there's people out there, they think that people want to be with them with the wrong intentions. And I'm like, I guess that's something that you shouldn't have to try to figure it out. That person should just be honest with you and tell you like straight from jump, like, I want to be with you to be with you, but not be with you to like, sleep around or, fool around, whatever and stuff. But no, it's like actually like build a relationship and things. And it's like, if that's what that person wants, I'm like, there shouldn't be nothing wrong with that. But yeah, but if that person's in a relationship, then it's like, I guess talking to those, it's like, what do you do in a situation like that? Now talking to the people where it's like, you just seen somebody that you had feelings for in a relationship, like, what do you do? And like I said, you have that choice on whether you want to unfollow that person or continue following that person. If you continue following that person, you're a stronger person than myself. You're a stronger person than a lot of different people out there, but I don't think you're going to lose any sleep at night by unfollowing them. I feel like you would lose more sleep at night by like sitting there and watching them in a relationship with somebody else that's not you, and that's like, and I'm just only speaking on that just from, my perspective of dealing with stuff like that. It's like, yeah, you're going to find yourself at nights like where it's like, so I guess like just overall talking on both situations where it's like, okay, so you continue following the person, and you seeing them post time after time after time, like, oh, doing this, doing that, and it's like, freaking whatever and things. And eventually I feel like there is going to be a post where it might hurt you a little bit. Like, I know you probably going to be hoping like they break up or, end things or whatever, but then there's going to probably get to a point in time where they're all like, oh, we getting married or we're having a child or something. And, yeah, I feel like, you think you seeing them on their first date is going to be hurtful. It's like when you see they ain't going to be breaking up no time soon, that's going to be even more hurtful and stuff. So that's if you continue following them. But if you if you unfollow them and you ain't gotta see that stuff no more, it's like, fam, eliminate things that's gonna hurt you in life. If there's things that's gonna hurt you in life, you don't want that in your life. It's nobody doesn't want something that's gonna continue hurting them and things, unless they're one of those weird individuals that like pain. But if you don't like pain, then unfollow the person. It's gonna be okay. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 46 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Also, if you are purchasing any energy drinks or sleep drinks from Poggers, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss and it will knock 10% off your next purchase. Also, if you are purchasing any controller skins or analog grips, make sure you use my promo code for Fatal Grips, TMossBoss, and it will knock $20 off your first purchase, or next purchase, whatever purchase. All right, so, but anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.